How are you guys? It's your boy Dave Partner. I want to go through a lecture with you guys. Just as you're joining in, just click the like button and let me know in the comments that you are in so that we can start. And if you can hear me clearly, let me know too. I want to be sure that I'm very audible. All right. I'm waiting for you guys. Just drop a comment, say I'm in the comment section. I want to teach something very important and interesting that you won't see in any book at all. All right, something you won't see in any book at all. I want to teach that. That you won't see in any book at all. So I'm listening, guys. Join in. Click the red subscribe button below. If you're just watching me for the first time without ever subscribing, just subscribe below. All right. So I want to teach something interesting. Once you join, just click the thumbs up icon and we can start. Okay, so the topic for the day is to find how to find $1 million business idea, and it's the easy way, super easy way. I'm gonna teach some things that most people don't even. I've never even read it in a book. All right, so you don't see such things in a book. So it's a way to copy the idea and then start implementing it. All right. The first step to getting $1 million idea is to ask the big questions. And the truth is that if you don't ask $1 million question, you will not get $1 million answer. Like if you don't ask 100 million naira question, you cannot get 100 million naira result. All right, the questions, the hows, the whys, the whens, these are the questions that create the reality you're looking for. So if you're looking for a reality in which you have 1 million naira, 10 million naira, 50, 100 million naira, 1 billion naira, you have to start with the questions. And what's the question like? How can I get 100 million naira? Then you put what? When? All right, the first question is usually why, then you put the how, then you put the when. All right, so why do you need such a money? It's so that, for instance, if somebody falls ill in your family, you can easily afford the money for the treatment. You can just say, hey, go to India, get an organ transplant, and come back, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. So that's what money can do. How much is organ transplant? 15 million. You just pay for it, pay for all the medical bills, and the person is back. You understand? So that could be your reason for making money. Another reason could be that you suffered so much, you went to a very poor school. You want to build the best school in town, in your village, and make it free for everybody. It's a reason to be rich. So you start with the why. Why do I want to be rich? Why do I want to get there? All right. So the why is very important. Why do I need this? Some people just have suffered so much in life. They say, this money, I must make it. It's not that I want to spend. It's not that I want to drive the Lamborghinis. It doesn't impress me. It's not that I want to have a yacht of my own or I want to relate with that. I'm not that kind of person. But I just want to defeat this life. All right. Since this life started handing me, putting me at a disadvantage, I want to show that it is possible that somebody can start from grassroots and make it. You understand? So it could be your why. Some people have been insulted. There was a lady, right, that she was not financially okay. All right, she had a little baby, and then she had a husband. The husband wasn't taking care of her financially, so she was being maltreated. So one day she needed about 2,000 naira to buy pad to use. Women will not tell you that kind of thing. It's not the kind of thing you tell someone. So after a heated quarrel with her husband on something else, she realized that I still need 2,000 naira from this man. So she went back to the man with her little baby and said, please help me with 2,000 naira. And the man asked, why? What do you need 2,000 naira for? So that moment was an awakening moment for her. She went back and said, never again will I ask anybody for money. Never. It's never going to happen. All right, this money, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it legally. And I will never, ever, ever ask anybody. That's a why. She went there, started a jewelry store, and became a multi-millionaire. You understand? So you could have your own whys, different. Some people have lost loved ones because they couldn't get a good medical treatment on time. So that's it. Some people have married the wrong person because at the time they were marrying, they were so broke, they were so poor, so broke. So they made the wrong choice. So your why is very important. Once you have found the why you need to get this money, right? Why you need to get rich, why you need to have abundant wealth, why you need to eliminate the problem of money in your life so you can face other problems. All right. Once you've found out the why, the next thing is to ask, how? How do I get this 100 million naira? You should be bold enough to ask these big questions. You see that woman that is selling corn in the street, the question she asked is a corn question. That's why she's there selling corn. Maybe she's broke and she says, oh, how can I get food to eat for today? If you ask yourself that kind of question, the answer you're going to get is the answer that will give you food for the day. Tomorrow, you need to do what? To ask that same question again and get an answer for food for the day. See, if you're live and you're watching me, please indicate in the comments too so I can know who is there. All right, I can see some of you are live already. So once you're like that and you're answering and you're asking questions, how can I get money for this month? You only you only get results that will give you money for the month. You will go to normal work you're supposed to do, and then at the end they get pay you salary. You live from paycheck to paycheck. But the moment you stop and start asking, how do I become financially free? How do I get 100 million naira? How do I get $1 million? $1 million is about 450 million naira now. How do I get it? Is it impossible? Is it not possible that somebody like me can get it? All those people getting it, do they have two heads? What is my method? And that method is what I want to discuss about in this tutorial. I'm going to show you one of the many methods, but it's super effective. You'll be marveled at the time by the time we're over. All right. One thing you can do for me is to share this so that people in your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook groups, can quickly and easily join this broadcast. All right. So, what can you do? Now, once you have found out the how, which I will show you here, you ask yourself when. You put a time to it. This month, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, in the next 5 years. All right. I think even though I think 5 years is too far away, but it's okay to set your course correctly. So you start with the how, the why, and the when. Once you join it, that's in a big question. You'll be marveled at the results. All right. So let's look at this. Make a list of 5 people in your industry or contact list that already ends that amount or already end that amount. I think there's a spelling error there. Okay. So take a pause now. If you're watching this video, pause a little and ask yourself, who are the people in my industry right now that I know that make 100 million naira per year income? Think about it. All right. Bring out your phone and think about the contacts. Who is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons in your phone book now? All right. That makes 100 million. Or if you need a loan of 100 million, they can afford it and give it to you. If the answer is none, then what magic do you want to use to get 100 million? You get what I'm saying? One magic. Okay. So if you don't have 100 million, step it down to 15 million. All right. If you're calculating this in dollars, you should step it down to $500,000, $200,000. Till you find people somewhere around 30, 20 million. Now you know that this man, and you know that his net worth is somewhere around 20 to 50 million naira. You understand? Or this woman. So make a list of those 3 people, and then more importantly, it's not just 3 random people. You want people within the industry where you are in. Okay, if you are studying to get your master's and then get your PhD, look for people that are already professors, something like that, or people that did their PhD and are now doing well, earning $250,000 per year, $300,000 per year income. Look for such people. All right. So think about it. Take a sheet of paper because this is going to be practical. I'm going to show you. Make a list of such people. All right, 2 to 5 people in your industry. All right, that are doing well already. Okay, we'll get to your contact list. If you can't find people in your contact list, fine. Just choose people in your industry. Now, it's important to choose people that have your kind of background. That's where most people make mistakes. In fact, motivational speakers, that's where they make mistakes. They will tell you that Dangote is now the richest man in Africa, that you too can be the richest man. It's not true like that. because Dangote does not have your kind of background. Dangote descended from a lineage of richest people. His uncle or his grandfather, Dangote's grandfather was the richest man in West Africa. What are you telling me? 1950s. That was when the man died. Richest man in West Africa. So it doesn't have your kind of background. So this formula cannot work for you. You can't copy Dangote. What do you want to copy? Is it his refinery? Can you build a refinery? You understand? Is it the way he's rolling with politicians? How many politicians can you roll with? Is it a cement factory? You can't do that. What can you copy from Bill Gates? Can you build Microsoft? Do you have the technology to build an operating system? You can't copy Mark Zuckerberg. If you build your own social network, would you have the funding to make it grow? So don't just copy people as role models. People can inspire you, it's fine. But you can't just take anybody as your role model if they don't have your kind of background, because you create a gap from where you are to where they started. Mark Zuckerberg started his Facebook program at the age of 19 in 2003 in 100 level. All right. Now, do you know how many millions of people over the world have built social networks? And they did not work. I, for one, I built one. It did not work. Why didn't it work? Because Mark Zuckerberg had money. When he was building it, the thing was, if you see, it was trashy. If you see the first version of Facebook, it was trashy. But his parents went and took a loan of $85,000 and gave him and said, use it to grow this business. In the same, he was schooling in the Harvard, the best university in the world. That's where you see all the children of all the richest people in the whole world, Harvard. So his friend, all right, called Eduardo Savarin, got $25,000 from his father. His father is a Mexican lord, all those are drug lord and were kingpin, got $25,000 and gave it. Do you have people that can just put their hands in their pocket or make a call to their dad and then $25,000 will appear? You understand? Within the first 2 years of setting up Facebook, Facebook already had over $2 billion invested in it. Investors have pumped in. The first year, somebody put in $500,000 into Facebook for a 9% stake. So you copy Mark Zuckerberg. If you're trying to copy Mark, you're going to fail. All right. So Mark Zuckerberg is not a good role model for you. He's a good inspirational figure, but not a good role model for you. You understand? If you're trying to apply the formula I'm going to tell you now, I'm telling you. So you don't copy people who don't have the same kind of background as you. Look around your industry, maybe even local industry. Who are the people that started from the bottom like you? Probably the environment at the start looked like your environment right now. All right. If you are the type that managed to leave Nigeria and go abroad and finally make it abroad, or finally settle down abroad, and you're trying to get rich, the kind of people you should be looking at are people that within this that made that journey from Nigeria to abroad and eventually succeeded. Maybe you have not succeeded, but you've done the first stage. All right. So now you have to analyze their sources of income. What are their sources of income? See, they say the average billionaire or millionaire has 5 to 7 sources of income. Somebody did that study, studied hundreds of multi-millionaires, and they say that the average person has 5 to 7 sources of income. So the first thing you have to do if you're trying to get rich is to settle your sources of income first. All right, split it. Make sure you have multiple sources of income. If you have a regular 9 to 5 job, start something you do at night. All right, start something else. Once it's getting to 4, 5, you have started copying the wealthy. If you copy the wealthy, what do you think is going to happen? The result is going to end up making you wealthy. All right. So once you analyze their sources of income, this person, this, that, then you analyze their sources of income. This is that, this is that, this is that. You identify your own position on the progression. All right. So let's say the person that founded Virgin Atlantic, when he started, he started by selling newspapers in 100 level in the university. He was selling newspaper from door to door. He made some money from selling those newspapers. What did he do next? He bought a music studio. There was a popular music studio in money and bought the studio. What was the next thing? They started looking for an artist to sign. Eventually, within the year, they signed two artists that made national hit. From that national hit, they made a lot of money and then invested in other things. One of the other things they invested in was in an airline, and they called it Virgin Atlantic. Till today, it is Virgin Atlantic. That's how it started. So once you list the person's sources of income like this, for you to be able to know people's sources of income, all those famous people, you have to read about them online. So for each of these people you wrote out, try and find their biography online. You must have seen, if the person is significantly rich, you must have seen one or two interviews of them about their life. All right. So once you analyze, you define where you are. So are you at the stage where you need to sell newspapers from door to door? Maybe it may not be newspaper that you sell because time changes. In those days, people sell newspapers. If you try to sell newspaper now, you'll be broke because there's social media now. So instead of selling newspaper door to door, you can find something you can sell and deliver door to door. All right. What does that door to door mean? It means street hustle. Get into the streets and hustle and get some money. All right. Before you can get off the street, do it legally because he did it legally. If it was illegal, he may not have got to where he is now. You understand? So once you found out source of income, to where he is now. Once you found out source of income sorted out, and then you move to the next stage. Okay, next stage is find out which of the levels of the sources of income of this person did you fit into. Once you can identify that level where you fit into, you relate it to your own physical reality. Okay, relate it to your own physical reality. How does what I'm doing now reflect to what he did when he was at my stage? I was giving an example with delivering newspaper from door to door. You might look around your city and see that, oh, what I can deliver door to door is shawarma. All right, you print a little postcard or a little card, handbill. You go to everybody in your street, knock on their door. Hey, good day. My name is this birthday partner. I make the best shawarma in town. Now, have you heard of my store? My shop is just down the street there, and I just want to let you know that you can always call this number whenever you need shawarma. All right. I walk around every evening delivering shawarma. My shawarmas are healthy. I put this and that and that. It's recommended by the doctors. We even got two doctors to give us a correct food diet. I go around every evening dropping shawarmas by the door side. Would you like to enroll in our monthly shawarma program? You pay me 45,000 naira. I deliver shawarma to your doorstep every evening, and the shawarma comes in hot. You market it. By the time you're done with the whole thing, you see that you would have enrolled a lot of people, which is the kind of success he saw in the streets. There could be other things you could sell. Just know that it means at that stage hitting the streets. And now you run this program for a year, 2 years, until you raise enough money to buy a business. All right, you look for a business that is fairly doing well that you want to buy, and you're not just buying it for buying sake, you're buying it because you have a plan, a strategy to make it grow. All right, so that is how it works. You copy the business and find the stage where you fit in and copy what they did there, or add whatever idea they had to your own. In the case of Mark Zuckerberg, when he was in 100 level, if you're going to copy Mark Zuckerberg, make sure your parents are rich. At least they can afford $84,000. So what he did was when he was in 100 level, he started building a social network. All right. So now I'm building a social network. You building a social network in 2020, 2021, or whatever, it's too late. All right. They are so to do anything social network now, you must be one of the big heavyweights. So social network may not work, but what of dating site? A dating site might work. All right. A dating site might work. We don't have the biggest, I think Tinder is like the biggest dating site. Outside that, you don't have much. There are so many tiny little dating sites. All right. What of a food delivery system? What of a hospital system? There are so many things you can build at your 100 level. For instance, Vitalik Buterin is the name of a person. When he was 19 years old, he saw that Bitcoin was selling, all right, in 2013. He decided to build his own version. He called it Ethereum. Today, this guy is worth nearly $1 billion because he built Ethereum at the age of 19. All right, he saw something already existing, added a little modification, and boom. So you at your own stage, if you are positioned to, if you are copying somebody like Mark Zuckerberg at the age of 19 or wherever age you are, you know that the first thing he did was build a technology solution that is needed by millions of people all over the world. So what do? You find a technology solution that one person can build, but it is needed all over the world. It's a research you have to do. You understand? So once you find that, you copy it. Maybe it's a technology solution that is needed around your area. You get what I'm saying? What is the biggest challenge that is being faced in Nigeria now among people of your different demographics? You understand? There are different challenges that people are facing. So many. There's economic challenge. What technology solution can you invent that will solve the economic problem? It's left for you to find. What of jobs? What of medicals? People can't access medical care. Some people, I was discussing with someone the other day, and this person was telling me that they don't want to go to the hospital because one, they're scared of COVID-19. Two, the queue at the hospital is too much. Let me tell you anything in this life. Anywhere you see queue in this life, there's a business opportunity there. Anywhere you see people queuing for something, it means that something is needed, but it's not being supplied enough. There's always a business opportunity there. So once you find it, you do some thinking. That's where your education comes in. That's where your experience, your background comes in. You do some thinking and find out a way in which you can apply that technology, all right, into your current situation, or a technology you can invent into your current situation and then it will work. Some people want to build technology solutions, then it requires them to hire 10, 15 software developers. But when Mark Zuckerberg was building Facebook, he built something very simple, and if you saw the original Facebook, it's very simple and basic. At the same time, it solved the problem, the same problem Facebook is solving now. That very simple one solved it. Just social networking. You post something, your friends see it and comment, period. From there, it started expanding. All right. The first version of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, he wrote the first white paper of Ethereum in 3 days. If you see Bitcoin white paper, it's only 13 pages. Only one person wrote it. After writing it, he shared it in the forum. Other intelligent people made contributions. He quickly adjusted it and published. So it depends on you. You find if you're going to start at the stage where these people started, you do something that one or two persons can do max. If that's the stage you're in, if you have passed that stage, then you look at the next stage. Now, once you find the stage where you're in, the next step is that you look at this next stage they went to. It shows you naturally the next thing you should do. Like Lindy KG tried modeling. Modeling did not work for her. But then it created something for her. It exposed her to a lot of celebrities and celebrity-like environments. So what did she do? She started blogging about those events and stuff like that. Celebrities did celebrities. She started blogging about it. You get? So before you know it, success started coming. Her blog became viral, and then people started knowing her. You understand? So in your own case, you could clone that. If you're at a stage where you've tried one or two things, it failed, now there's internet, there's social media. If you try to start a blog today, you're probably going to fail because there are millions and millions of more blogs. In 2007, when she started her blog, there weren't even any such thing. You understand? If you went online, it's just a few handful of blogs. So it was easy for her to gain that traction. So, but if you want to start it today, you may not even get that kind of traction. So, but what you're going to start is something maybe that has to do with social media that one person can do. Remember her blog, it was just her. For almost 10 years, it was only her. You find that only one person can do, but has a potential to grow, maybe something new. During the lockdown, TikTok went viral. A lot of people jumped onto TikTok, but that was too late because TikTok has been there at least 2-3 years before. So if you had found TikTok in 2018, for instance, by now your TikTok handle would have been multi-millions. So what you do is do research around now. What are the things that people don't know about that, but has good potentials for growth? You understand? That has to do with the field you're interested in. You go in on time. All right. So like I said, innovation is overrated. Most things you need in life is copy, photocopy what something that is successful, then add a tiny little innovation. You understand? Most successful things in life are not innovative. They just photocopy. How many laptops do you know out there that is innovative? But each company making laptop is worth billions. You understand? If photocopy add just a little thing, just a little new camera you add or whatever, that's enough. But photocopy, find something successful, clone it, apply. That's something they don't teach in school. School doesn't allow you to copy, but in real life you have to copy. It's not illegal, except you are plagiarizing, which is illegal. But find something successful, copy it. Now, once you have copied it and you're working towards that direction, what do? You try and reach out to these people and get mentorship. Some people will inbox you and say, please mentor me. Nobody will ever answer that. Nobody's going to mentor you because you say, please mentor me. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. People are busy. So somebody's going to leave what they're doing and start mentoring for what? Why? You understand? So the best way to get mentorship from your mentors is to provide a service that they need. The rest will just flow. They will naturally start teaching you. It opens the doors for you to start asking them more critical questions. So if you reach out to somebody and say, please, I went through like someone did to me one day, I went through your videos. I noticed that in some of them, you don't have hashtags. If you give me access, make me a co-author, I'll go through all your videos and manually put the right hashtags on all of them. You don't need to pay me anything. I just want to learn under you. Period. It's a free service. So I allow the person. You understand? So at the end, this person was able to provide me a service for free. And then when they started asking me the secrets of running their own channel, it was easy for me to open up everything. Even things I would not even have thought, even if I was paid. You understand? And I keep checking on back on this person and say, hey, how are you doing? Let me see. I saw some of your this. You should have done this, that, that. So if you want to get a mentorship from Dangote, go offer him a service. Send an email. Put a phone call through. You understand? Go attend the meeting, an event is attending, and offer a service. I can sew all your suits. I know you have people sewing suits. Don't worry. Anytime you need suit, I can always sew the best suit for you. Okay, if they say no, you say, what of your son? I can sew for your son. If they say no, what of your grandson? You know, that kind of thing. So some people reach out to people and say, like somebody once said that he's one of the biggest motivational speakers now. But he said that when he was so poor, he was young, he saw one of his mentors' adverts and saw that the advert wasn't converting. All right, because the copy there was bad. He wrote a better copy and emailed the person and say, I saw this your advert. This is what I think you should have written to get more customers. He analyzed it and say, if you want, I can always write your copies for free on the condition that whenever I want to apply for a copy job, you give me a recommendation. Deal. Deal. You understand? It will work like magic. So he made more money for this person by giving him better copy. And the next time he applied for a client to pay him, he said, hey, I already did copy for this other motivational speaker that you know that is his name is all over the world. And he's willing to put in a word for me so that you can confirm that I did it. So you pay me this $1,000,000 so that I can do that. So that's the best way to find partnership. All right. Now, to continue or finalize it, you have to make a list of 10 other people. If you're watching, please drop comments. Drop comments. I'm already seeing some. Drop comments. All right. So make a list of 10 other people in your contact list that are a little less successful. All right. So on your contact list, find people that are fairly more successful than you, or even just as successful as you. You understand? Just usually you start from people that are fairly more successful than you. Make a list of 10 of them. This guy that works at this, that guy that works at that, this other lady that is married to this other person, this other lady that is the chairman of that. Make a list. All right. Then you put their occupations beside. Then you can try something interesting. Put them in a broadcast list, WhatsApp broadcast list. All right. In a WhatsApp broadcast list, if you send a message to that list, it will distribute the message to all those other people, but then they wouldn't know that that message is not personal. You understand? So if you say hi on the broadcast list and you have 10 people on your broadcast list, what you're going to see is that the 10 people will receive hi, and it will be as if it's just coming from you. All right. But the thing with broadcast, You understand? So, or you can put them in a group. If they're all in the same industry, put them in a group, call it billionaires group, whatever, that you just put, tell everybody that you put everybody in the group because they are the people in your contact list that are very influential and you would like them to meet each other and you want to have this group so that you guys can discuss $1 million ideas, period. So whatever it is, try and make them friends, put them together, pull the best brains together. If you put the best brains together, what do you think you're going to get? You're going to get the best results. All right. Instead of every day chatting with meaningless people, pull best brains together. Any business idea you come up with, you drop it there and see what will happen. You understand? Smart people look at a business idea, they will pick it apart. You'll see where you're making mistakes, where you're making errors. You might even be surprised. One of them might connect it to the person that will sign the contract. So, everybody, thanks a lot for watching up to this point. These are my 7 steps to finding the great next $100 million business idea for you. And I hope it made sense and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. See you. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions anytime and join my next live broadcast. Now, if you're looking for a business to do online or for my other courses, you'll see it on brainterm.org. We'll try to pin it in the first comment. All right, you go to our platform, you join, and then you get access to all the other business trainings.